Okay, here's the drawing side view of the coal miner. Well, here's his head. Now this looks a little fat, but remember this is the outside of the line we're cutting on, so we're going to be cutting away into this, okay? Now a hint on drawing patterns. A lot of people, you'll see patterns that show the heel of the shoe, like that. And people will cut that out. Well, actually, what people will do is they won't allow for the material that they're going to cut out or cut off. And they will cut out the pattern exactly on the line of the drawing or pattern that they're following. You have to remember that when we whittle, we're going to be taking off about that much, and about that much, about that much, and about that much. And down here on this sole, if you cut that notch, here's the foot. Let's just say this is the bottom of the foot. Okay? And you're cutting from this way, and you see the notch for the heel there. Okay? Here's the notch for the heel right here. And you're cutting, your blade's going straight down. You're taking out that notch for the heel. Right, like that. See what you're doing to the heel? You're cutting off the whole side over here. That heel goes across like that. So never ever cut that. That is such a simple thing to remove with your knife, but I've seen people cut that off. And believe me, I used to do it too before I learned. I don't do it anymore. Anyway, I've got a piece of 3-inch basswood here. Good Heineke basswood, 4 inches wide, about 3 inches. Cost me $5.80. So, I'll lay this on here. A piece of old carbon paper. And the bottom. About like that. Go over there.
Doesn't have any.
Let me see where you
I can't see through your
make the
arm.
mark. Okay, there's our side view. This is the one we're going to cut right now. All right. So off to the bandsaw. The reason I did that is I want this piece hanging on there. When I saw the front profile, I got a nice flat piece of wood to lay on the table. Same thing goes up here. Now it's back over to the workbench. Okay, we're over here at the workbench. Here's our side profile again. Matches this here. Notice I don't even bother cutting things off like this. Just a quick snip of my knife and that thing's gone. Alright, now first thing we got to do is establish his crotch, okay? So we just take from his butt back here and we just draw a line around. So here's the crotch right there. So we just take that, we draw it across there, it's right there. Okay, now we want to have him with his legs standing a little bit apart. There's his crotch. Redo this.
The middle.
Yeah, might as well. I was trying to save some wood there, but not going to be able to. Okay, here's the outside of our shoe. Now remember, his feet are turned out. Okay? There's a carving here to show you feet turned out, but I don't. Anyway, when you're standing, your feet aren't straight ahead. They're kind of.
I can't see.
When you're standing, you're not standing like this. Okay? You're always standing like this. It's just natural that you stand that way, otherwise your balance is off a little. So we have to account for that. So we're going to start with this outside edge. We're going to come in like that, up there. Draw a line down here. Alright, now we can just go right on up. Just keep your line straight. Kind of cockeyed there, isn't it? Again, this is just something you have to visualize. Looks a little better. Looks good. Remember, we're going to be adding material on here, so we're not concerned about being exact. Up. So now it's back to the saw. Okay, here we go. Take out this first. Alright, now these pieces back here that I left on there, see, these things will just pop right off of there. And that way you don't ever have to worry about taping stuff on again. And there we have our body blank. Now come back over to the workbench, I want to show you something. Okay, this is what I was telling you about. Allowing for that foot to be pointed out like that. Now here's that heel, see? Had we cut that notch based on our drawing right here, see what it would have done? What we want is we want this. So never cut that notch, and then you won't have any problem. And like I say, this boot is kind of, well yeah, I guess it might be a boot. It's kind of long, so there's that chip that we'll just knock off with our knife just almost as soon as we start carving. Okay? So now we've got our blank. Let's see how it looks to the head. Again, it looks kind of big right now, but remember, we're going to be carving a lot of stuff away. And if it is a little tall or something like that, we can always take off a little more up here to bring the figure down to size. Remember, this is caricature carving, so things can be out of whack a little. So anyway, we got our body blank now, and in the next video we'll start blocking this thing out. So until then, I'll talk to you later.